Now, a Baraboo High School staff member arrested after allegedly going after some students pulling a homecoming prank.
Plus, a closer look at what has been an unorthodox start to a high-profile murder trial in Waukesha.
And the Madison Police Department showing off some new tools as they continue to crack down on speeding. You're watching News 3 now at 10. Tonight, 3 Baraboo men are facing criminal charges, police say, for their reaction to students' homecoming pranks.
Now, one of those arrested for their alleged involvement works for the Baraboo School District, but as district leaders told our Arman Rahman, they are waiting for more facts before taking action on their end. Arman?
That's right. It was while flinging toilet paper around trees that police say 4 high schoolers were allegedly forced out of their car by 3 men, including James Langkamp, the activities director for the district. Authorities say the students safely left the situation before calling police. It's common for high schoolers to pull pranks in and out of school during homecoming, but according to Baraboo police on Tandem Trail last night,
apparently one of the adult males that approached the vehicle had an issue with the homecoming festivities stuff during the week.
3 adult men are accused of forcing 4 high schoolers out of their car while the students say they were TPing in the neighborhood. One adult allegedly had a device with flames coming out of it. Police have not recovered yet.
The people in the car told our officers that they felt scared.
And in what might have been a scary encounter, one of those 3 men arrested is a face familiar to many Baraboo students.
That's Jim Langkamp is our activities director.
It's still unclear what role 53-year-old James Langkamp, students or parents played in the incident. Baraboo School Superintendent Rainey Briggs says no disciplinary action has been taken against Langkamp yet.
Yeah, with the investigation still going on by the police department, we will wait to see the outcome of those things before any further steps are taken.
Briggs is also waiting for the investigation before taking any action against homecoming pranks themselves.
I don't know if this incident is tied to a homecoming prank, to be honest with you. I don't know all the details related to that. This could have just been an incident that just happened in the community.
But police say what is clear.
That part was absolutely inappropriate to stop a vehicle and approach a vehicle like that, yes.
If you don't agree with a prank or something a high school-aged youth might be doing,
pictures with your phone, record them, try to get a plate number if they're in a vehicle, but then call law enforcement. Don't approach and try to deal with the situation on your own.
Now, the 3 men could face charges of reckless endangerment, disorderly conduct, and false imprisonment. And while they haven't been charged yet, News 3 Now decided to name Langkamp because he is a public figure.
Armand, thank you. In Rock County, trial dates have been scheduled for a former deputy accused of sexually assaulting multiple children. 35-year-old Gary Huber faces 10 felony counts, including first-degree child sexual assault. He has pleaded not guilty to all counts. Court records show jury selection is scheduled for May 22nd.
Well, get ready for a temperature change. Chief Meteorologist Gary Canalti has our certified most accurate forecast.
Well, the temperature change is already here. It's pretty chilly on the backyard patio and be even colder for tomorrow night. As we start out by taking a look at the time lapse from the WISC-TV Skycam looking off toward the east, you can see we had some sunshine this morning, but then the clouds started to thicken up, and midday as a cold front came through, there was a little band of showers that swept on through, but it didn't last very long, and the clouds cleared out right after the front passed, but temperatures have started to fall. That line of showers now into Indiana and southeastern Michigan and racing away to the south and east. And there have been some snow flurries up near Lake Superior. High temperatures today, 64 in Madison, up to 70 in Janesville, but that was before the cold front came through. Once the front came through, those temperatures started to drop. Janesville still at 52, but Madison's dropped to 48, and temperatures already in the middle 40s up toward the Dells. Across Dane County, we're seeing temperatures mainly in the upper 40s, 49 right now in Belleville, 49 in Cross Plains, and 48 degrees in Sun Prairie. By tomorrow morning, look for a low temperature of about 36 degrees with partly cloudy skies, so a little colder than last night, some frost possible, but there's a better chance for frost and maybe even a hard freeze tomorrow night. I'll talk more about how cold it'll get in just a few minutes.
Gary, thank you. It was another long day in court in Waukesha County.
The Christmas parade suspect Darrell Brooks was removed from the courtroom twice, even before opening arguments today.
Mr. Brooks, there's a proper manner in which you raise objections. You have not followed that proper procedure. You are unable or unwilling to abide by simple rules of civility. You interrupt. You don't wait for anyone to finish.
At one point, when Brooks was removed, he took his shirt off. He's representing himself in the case and will still be allowed to participate in the trial virtually, but had to have his microphone muted when it was not his turn to speak. In any trial, erratic behavior like this would complicate any court proceedings, but experts say because he's acting as his own attorney, well, that makes things even more difficult.
Tahlil Mohadeen spoke with a local criminal defense attorney who weighed in on how this trial can continue. Tahlil?
That's right. Because Brooks is defending himself right now, he has rights most people don't usually exercise. But those rights do have limits, something Judge Jennifer DeRoe will have to navigate.
My question to you is, do you want to come back to this courtroom, sir?
It's a question Judge Jennifer DeRoe has asked Darrell Brooks quite a few times today.
If you're willing to abide by the rules of courtesy and decorum, you are welcome to come back.
Brooks is facing 61 counts of reckless endangerment and 6 counts of first-degree intentional homicide in connection with last year's Waukesha parade tragedy. The 40-year-old has so far attended much of his trial virtually in a second courtroom after repeatedly interrupting the proceedings. Behavior local criminal defense attorney Jessa Nicholson believes is all an act.
I think he is hoping that it'll cause a mistrial.
Former News 3 Now reporter Gabriella Becerra has been covering the trial for our sister station in Milwaukee, and she says in court there's been more to Brooks than his erratic behavior.
On the other side, we see him paying attention, asking questions that make sense. And I would say he's learning quickly how to do things.
The problem is Brooks has proven to be unpredictable, which Nicholson says complicates things, especially because he's acting as his own attorney. Brooks has the right to be involved in the proceedings, to cross-examine witnesses, victims even.
I would argue that she can't simply remove him, period.
Still, the judge does have more tools at her disposal to move the trial along. Nicholson says if Brooks's disruptive behavior escalated even further, the judge could find him incompetent to be his own attorney.
At that point, I think she would have to consider appointing counsel either in a full-fledged capacity, which no sane attorney is going to do, or bring someone to sit with him and help frame those questions.
But she also says that option is highly unlikely.
I think we're going to see a lot of what we've seen already.
Nicholson also says while the mistrial probably won't happen, she has to assume there will be an appeal.
Tahlil, thank you. And in another high-profile trial, prosecutors have rested their rebuttal case in the penalty phase of Parkland school shooter Nicholas Cruz. Closing arguments begin next Tuesday, with jury deliberations likely starting on Wednesday, deciding whether to sentence Cruz to death or life in prison.
Around Wisconsin, the Jackson County Crime Stoppers is now offering a reward for information about recent vandalism at Castle Mountain State Park. That's in Black River Falls. Spray paint was found on several rock formations last month. Anyone with information could receive up to $1,000 and can remain anonymous. In an effort to combat reckless driving, the Madison Police Department increasing speed measuring technology. The department received 8 new lasers this week from a grant through the city's Vision Zero initiative. Officers completed a 24-hour cycle of training yesterday. These lasers can measure speeds on vehicles up to 3,000 feet away. The city is specifically targeting East Wash, Mineral Point Road, and the Beltline to address speeding in those areas.
We're just trying to get out and reduce some of these speeds. I think nationwide we've seen an increase in reckless driving over the past few years, and so this is just what we're doing to try and help reduce that.
The increase in technology will supplement the 20 to 25 lasers the department has used for 3 decades, and Officer Malloy says the department hopes to purchase 8 additional lasers by next year.
President Joe Biden today announcing pardons for thousands of Americans convicted of simple possession of marijuana. This says his administration takes a dramatic step toward decriminalizing it. He's also calling on governors to issue similar pardons for those convicted of state marijuana offenses. The House Select Committee investigating the January 6th Capitol riots announcing a rescheduled date for its next public hearing. It's now scheduled for October 13th at noon. The committee was originally set to hold a public hearing the end of September, but it had to cancel due to Hurricane Ian.
Remember, the Proud Boys pleading guilty to seditious conspiracy in federal court today. Jeremy Bertino is a top lieutenant in the far-right extremist group. As part of the deal, Bertino could spend more than 5 years in prison. That could be shortened depending on his cooperation with the DOJ. Even though Bertino wasn't at the Capitol riot, he could give crucial testimony about the group's planning and involvement. A Waukesha County judge has agreed with a conservative group and ruled today that ballot spoiling is illegal. That's when a voter can cancel their original absentee ballot ballot and cast a new one. Many people around the state have already submitted their absentee ballots for the November 8th election. And since this ruling came down, the Wisconsin Elections Commission has scheduled an emergency meeting for tomorrow morning on how to move forward. The ruling is likely to be appealed.
Next at 10, a developing story out of Michigan. One person is dead after a suspect opened fire inside a hotel in Dearborn. The suspect, who police say was suffering from mental illness, just surrendered to police after a 7-hour standoff in the hotel. And in Nevada, Las Vegas police tonight actively investigating the stabbing of at least 8 people on the Vegas Strip. 2 people died, and the other victims were transported to local hospitals. This happened just before noon, and a suspect is in custody.
A new video tonight high above Earth showing the moment the SpaceX capsule carrying 3 American astronauts and 1 Russian cosmonaut docked with the International Space Station. It took the capsule 29 hours to get there. This is the first time a Russian hitched a ride on a SpaceX rocket to the ISS. And the Packers now on their way to London. The team boarding a plane today in Green Bay, met by several fans bidding them farewell. American Airlines, Delta Airlines, and United Airlines have all added capacity through the next few days leading up to the Packers' date with the New York Giants in London Sunday morning. And still ahead, an update on the push by Ukrainian forces taking back more ground from the Russians.
Plus, the mighty Mississippi causing some mighty headaches for a popular cruise company. That story when we come back.
Ashley's Ultimate Sale is going on now. Shop in store today and get ultimate discounts. Clearance items are up to 78% off. Plus, get a bonus 10% off our sale prices at checkout. Don't miss these ultimate savings. Only at Ashley.
With Pick and Save Fresh Perks, it's easy to get lower than low prices for the win. You also earn fuel points on every purchase to save big at the pump. Pick and Save Fresh Perks. All you do is win big savings. Pick and Save. Fresh for everyone.
Hi, I'm Deb. I'm from Wisconsin, and I'm a conservative. Tim Michael's position on abortion is too strict, too harsh. And while I am pro-life, I am also pro-woman, and I believe we have to be able to have exceptions for rape and incest. We need people that are reasonable when it comes to making laws about health issues and reproductive rights. There's no way I could vote for Tim Michaels for governor.
Republican Accountability PAC is responsible for the content of this advertising.
Welcome. We're so glad you're here. Looking for one of our most capable Ford SUVs? Okay, great. We've got you covered. Spacious interiors, innovative tech, good looks, and a legendary off-road experience. Check out our inventory today, or let us help you place a custom order. Getting into the perfect Ford SUV? Well, it's easier than ever. Yeah, we've got you covered. Now choose FlexBuy on a 2022 Ford Escape or Edge and get 0% financing for 66 months.
Wisconsin is a home of workers. We know what needs to get done, and we do it. Yet, we've been hit hard, some harder than others. Our contact may be limited, but we still can lift each other up. The Keep Wisconsin Warm Cool Fund and your local energy providers are working together to help keep your heat and power on. You may not ask for it, but we want you to know we're here.
With the Pick and Save app, no matter where you order free pickup, you get the same great deals as you'd get in our stores. So start your cart today. Pick and Save, fresh for everyone.
Ashley's Ultimate Sale is going on now. Shop in store and get the ultimate mattress discounts. Get 55% off select Beauty Rest mattresses. Plus, buy any Tempur-Pedic mattress and get $300 in free furniture. Don't miss these ultimate savings. Only at Ashley.
Thank you for watching my show. I love you so much. From the Big Bang Theory, we've got Kunal Nair.
Fame is not real, but I do miss it.
Then this family feeds their community in a fun way.
On the next Jennifer Hudson Show at 3. You're watching News 3 Now at 10.
One of the Smithsonian museums in D.C. is getting ready to show its new makeover to the public. The Air and Space Museum along the National Mall is expected to allow the public through its doors again starting next week. The museum has been undergoing a 7-year renovation. It now features hundreds of new artifacts, exhibits, and 8 new and renovated galleries. The entire renovation project should be complete by 2025. And the U.S., South Korea, and Japan sending a message to North Korea in the form of several missile defense exercises. Here's one today over the Sea of Japan. North Korea has launched a number of missiles in the past last 2 weeks, including one earlier this week that was shot over Japan, where people were told to take shelter. Now, since then, U.S. forces, along with South Korea and now Japan, have responded with live fire exercises.
The war in Ukraine has reached a pivotal moment. Ukraine's military has taken back strategic areas from the Russians, including the city of Liman. In response, Russia has stepped up attacks on civilian targets. Charlie D'Agata has been traveling in that country following an ever-shifting front line.
Overnight, 7 rockets slammed into this residential neighborhood in Zaporizhia, turning apartment blocks into an inferno. As they continue to lose ground, Russian forces go to the air with long-range weapons. But Ukraine's military machine is on the warpath, pushing south toward Kherson, clawing back more territory than ever in the eastern Donbas region, where the road to the newly liberated city of Liman shows the sheer destruction from the savage tug-of-war here. This whole area bears the scars of a region that's been fought over for months. Now, again, under Ukrainian military control, but liberated at a cost. Closer still, the human costs. A bombed-out convoy, and, we were told, the belongings of Russian soldiers who were trying to flee. We finally reached the city center, Ukrainian flag flying high for the first time in months. Residents who rode out the storm emerged from basement shelters to receive a loaf of bread or two from aid workers. There was so much shelling. I stayed in the basement, says Sveta. My husband is disabled, so I was taking care of him. But the fight to free this city from Russian occupation has left it in tatters. Most of the world sees this as a great victory, but you don't see it that way. Victory? Oh, God, it's a dead city, Nadia told us. Where is the victory? They destroyed the city, and that's it. We had to leave after dark. Now, most of the Donbas region, including here, has strict blackout rules because of the fighting, but we drove for well over an hour from Liman before we caught the first glimpse of homes with electricity. Charlie D'Agata, CBS News, Pokrovsk, Eastern Ukraine.
The U.S. deployed its international development chief to Ukraine today. It's the highest-ranking American official to visit the country since Russia recently annexed 4 regions.
New tonight, check it out. The Mississippi River causing quite a problem for one cruise company. Viking Cruises says its riverboat, the Viking Mississippi, planned to sail north up the river, but sections of the river are simply too low. The vessel can't complete its journey. The Coast Guard notes drought conditions are causing that low water level. We got a chief meteorologist, Gary Canalti, in our forecast now. And hard to believe.
Yeah, you know, I mean,
those issues.
You know, either there's too much water and there's flooding along the Mississippi River, or now there's drought conditions and the water levels are too low. And there's not that much of a difference between where ship travel can continue. Well, around here, it's just the cold weather, and we're not looking at much in the way of precipitation over the next week to 10 days. 3 things you need to know in our forecast: look for chilly weather for tomorrow. High temperatures in the lower 50s. Saturday, we're back into the upper 50s. But that's still below normal for this time of year. But cold, low temperatures in the lower 30s tomorrow night means a frost is likely, pretty widespread frost, and a hard freeze possible, especially in areas north of Dane County where temperatures could dip into the upper 20s. I think for most of us, the growing season will pretty much be over with after tomorrow night. But high temperatures will be back into the 60s from Sunday through Wednesday of next week, so we get a little reprieve from the cold temperatures. The final drive forecast for tomorrow night, the big game Belleville at Darlington, and you can see those temperatures dropping off pretty quickly. You'll need a sweater or a light jacket before the game, but probably a thicker jacket by the end of the game as clearing skies. Good football weather for the players, but with the lighter winds, it's going to be a chilly night, and temperatures will be down to around 40 by the end of the game. In the tropics, things are settling down a little bit. Tropical depression number 13 could become a tropical storm, but probably will affect Central America with the possibility with heavy rains there. Tropical depression 12 probably won't even make tropical storm strength in its forecast to weaken as it moves northward and is no threat to the United States. High temperatures today in the 60s across Wisconsin before the cold front came through. To the south and west, still some 70s and 80s showing up on the map, but you can see now the upper level winds have shifted to the northwest or to the west-northwest here, but notice they're almost right out of the north into the north central part of the country, and a large area of Canadian high pressure sitting up just north of North Dakota. Those northerly winds continuing here, and temperatures already in the 30s up in northern southern Wisconsin and upper Michigan, where there have been some flakes of snow today. Upper 40s here in Madison, but compared to 24 hours ago, our temperature is down about 10 degrees, but the northern part of the state is about 15 to 20 degrees colder than it was at this time yesterday. On future track, look for partly cloudy skies overnight. That will allow temperatures to drop at least into the middle 30s here, but the winds will be strong enough to prevent a widespread frost. Then as we head through the day tomorrow, a few clouds, but not much more than that. And then we start clearing out tomorrow night. That allows those temperatures to really nosedive for early Saturday morning. But during the day on Saturday, notice the wind shift back to the west and southwest. That'll at least keep temperatures from getting too cool. Look for highs upper 50s on Saturday, and then probably into the middle 60s on Sunday. Notice those winds continuing out of the southwest as we head into Sunday. A couple of those showers could catch us on Sunday night, but for the most part, we'll see at least temperatures in the 60s for the first half of next week. Tomorrow, though, not 60s, lower 50s at best, with partly sunny skies compared to the mid-60s that we had today. Planning your day for tomorrow, a chilly 51 in Verona, 50 for the high in Cottage Grove, and 50 in Windsor up to the north in Dane County. Across the rest of southern Wisconsin, 53 Janesville, high of 52 in Platteville, and 51 degrees in La Crosse. And as we look at the 7 to 10 day forecast, again, 57 Saturday, 64 on Sunday. Slight chance for a shower Sunday night. Then we'll see temperatures in the lower 60s Monday, upper 60s on Tuesday. Some more showers Tuesday night into Wednesday morning along another cold front. Those temperatures drop back into the 50s with nighttime lows in the 30s for the second half of next week.
And coming up in sports, visualizing success. Why Middleton girls golf thinks about having a great shot before each swing. Our coach of the week is next.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
Did you know Tim Michaels said people shouldn't be openly gay in public?
But I think when you bring it out of your house and onto the public street, that's where I differ.
Is that the kind of divisive radical you want as your governor?
Welcome to Oakmont Senior Community in Verona. Active seniors 55 plus will enjoy our new luxury apartments, professionally managed by award-winning Attic Angel Community. Call today for a tour and reserve your place at Oakmont.
National call centers. They're just not the way to go, especially now that it's time for Medicare's annual enrollment period. Because nobody knows your local hospitals, doctors, and pharmacies like your local Informed Choice Insurance agent.
Family-owned Brothers Maine knows choosing appliances for a remodel or new build can be exciting and overwhelming. Our experienced staff has experienced it all as we've guided thousands of area families through appliance selection. Brothers Maine has a larger inventory and low-price deals that consistently beat competitors, including Big Box. You heard me, Big Box can't beat our prices. From sales to install, Brothers Maine does it all. Feel great about your purchases and feel like family at Brothers Maine.
I'm Sheriff Jim Johnson.
I'm Sheriff Eric Severson.
We've got the real story on Mandela Barnes.
Barnes wants to defund our police, but he spent over $600,000 of your money on police protection for himself.
Barnes wants to eliminate bail for violent felons, and his administration has already released over 800 criminals, including 44 child rapists.
Take it from us.
Mandela Barnes policies are a threat to your family.
I'm Ron Johnson, and I approve this message. In a recent clinical study,
patients using Salonpas patch reported reductions in pain severity,
using less or a lot less oral pain medicines,
and improved quality of life. That's why we recommend Salonpas. It's good medicine.
Leisure Concepts has your new hot tub in stock and ready for immediate delivery. Steel and composite construction, whisper quiet perimeter insulation, ozone, UV, and salt systems on any model. Free delivery, cover lift, steps, training, and all at the lowest price. Learn to love winter fully submerged in hot, turbulent water. Get to Leisure Concepts and see almost 70 hot tubs in our packed showroom on the Beltline at the Park Street exit.
Welcome to Oakmont Senior Community in Verona. Active seniors 55 plus will enjoy our new luxury apartments, professionally managed by award-winning Attic Angel Community. Call today for a tour and reserve your place at Oakmont.
Tim Michaels' company has been sued numerous times for sexual assault and harassment. Women said they were groped and pressured to have sex with their bosses. Those who spoke out were fired. Is that the kind of divisive radical you want as governor?
The Big Ten Conference released its all-preseason Big Ten men's basketball team this afternoon, and there was only one school that had more than one player on the list: the reigning league champs. Chucky Hepburn and Tyler Waller in preseason honors, becoming the fourth time Wisconsin had at least 2 Badgers on the all-conference preseason team. Now, one of the guys who's expected to contribute right away to this year's squad, Connor Essegian. The freshman guard is a walking bucket. He was a finalist for Indiana's Mr. Basketball and left as number 10 on the state's all-time scoring list with 2,506 points. Greg Gard doesn't want to play him in any shooting contests, and Connor, well, he plans to bring more than just his jumper to the court.
He can really shoot. I think I don't want to play him at horse. But you just watch him, the technique, they all come off his hand looking like they're going in. He's got great rotation.
I was recruited, a lot with my jump shot. But, for me, I want to be the person, and I want to bring that energy, the physicality, someone that'll get, do the little things, to help the team win, because really, I'm here to win.
After winning a sectional title, Middleton is headed to the State Girls Golf Tournament for the 11th straight year. And they believe they could get there because Becky Halverson likes to remind her Cardinals to visualize having success. And it's working on and off the course. Before every swing,
good ball. Really nice. She always says visualize it.
Becky Halverson gives the Middleton girls golf team
I might bounce up there.
A boost of positivity.
Yeah, look it. Always trying to keep a positive spin on things and keep that last thought being something good.
No matter where the ball lies.
When you start thinking negatively, that sometimes happens, then it correlates to your golf shot.
She has her Cardinals visualize a great shot.
She'll remind me just to visualize the shot and see the ball going where I want it to go. And I think that really helps getting her help with that mental side of it.
If there's water, you don't want to think that there's water, or else your ball will probably go in the water. Yeah. But just, having a picture in your mind and, visualizing where the ball's going to go, it's a huge part of the game.
But thinking about a good drive?
Oh, nice. My goal here as a coach isn't just to make them be better golfers, it's to make them be better in life and be better people.
Doesn't just stop on the course.
Visualization just creates more confidence, and when you have confidence, that's just a great skill that can take you many places.
All by simply believing you can do it.
Good shot.
And don't forget to nominate your coach to be our next Coach of the Week. Just head to the sports page on channel3000.com or send me an email. We're back after this.
Welcome to Dwellings.
Shop our fabulous showroom, Hard Rock Road, Fitchburg.
Planning a remodel? Don't toss your cabinets, furniture, and appliances. Donate to Habitat Restore. Your items stay out of landfills while proceeds create housing solutions for hardworking families. Build a stronger community with Habitat Restore of Dane County.
Dear 2029, we look forward to seeing you. After our 160-point quality assurance inspections, we'll be Toyota certified used vehicles with 7-year, 100,000-mile limited powertrain warranties. Not to honk our own horns, but the best new cars make the best used cars. Yours, Toyota.
To learn more about Toyota certified used vehicles, see your local Toyota dealer today. Find yours at toyotacertified.com. Toyota, let's go places.
This Saturday through Tuesday only, you'll get our best discounts of the whole year. It's Slumberland's Customer Appreciation Sale, and it's a huge deal. Everyone gets an extra 33% off our already low Slumberland prices. October 8th through 11th, shop our wide range of mattresses and furniture. 33% off Saturday, Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday. The Customer Appreciation Sale, only at Slumberland Furniture. Don't miss this one.
Keep bragging about your buck after the hunt with wild game processing from Johnson's Sausage Shop in Ryle, Wisconsin. Friends enjoy a hunting story more over a jalapeno cheddar stick. Johnson's Sausage Shop accepts wild game 7 days a week. First bucks in are the first brats out.
Oh, great. My wireless bill just went up.
Should have gone with US Cellular. They aren't raising prices on any of their plans.
Seriously?
Yeah, my price won't increase.
Well, that is refreshing. I feel like everywhere you turn these days, prices are going up.
Supply chain got us too. Don't get me started on the overhead costs.
At US Cellular, every plan for everyone is price protected.
You know, I respect a female entrepreneur.
US Cellular, where every plan is price protected.
Tim Michael's company has been sued numerous times for sexual assault and harassment in the workplace. But he says
people love working at Michael's.
Women said they were groped, assaulted, and pressured to have sex with their bosses.
We have a great work culture.
Higher-ups called the women liars and fired those who spoke out. So when he says this,
we have a great work culture,
know that the culture comes from the top.
Welcome to Dwellings.
Shop our fabulous showroom, Hard Rock Road, Fitchburg.
Wake up with News 3 Now this morning, weekdays starting at 4:30. You're watching News 3 Now at 10.
Finally tonight, the 6th day of the 2022 Balloon Fiesta now in the books. The annual event kicked off Saturday in Albuquerque, New Mexico. Hundreds of balloons filled the sky with all kinds of colors and shapes. And this year, the event celebrates its 50th anniversary. And get this, one of the balloons was actually stolen this week. But it has since been recovered.
How do you sneak out with that?
I know, exactly.
I assume it was deflated, right?
Yeah, they will put it under my jacket and we'll just walk away.
Speaking of jackets, Gary, we got a couple days left for Coach for Kids.
Coach for Kids runs through Saturday. Send in your kids' jackets, any new or gently used jackets, snowsuits, mittens, hats, scarves, snow pants. Take them to area Cleaners locations. They'll get them all set up and over to the Community Action Coalition. They will be distributed late in October. I believe the 29th and 30th is what they're looking at now. Live view from the Edgewater Sky Camp. Skies are clear to partly cloudy across southern Wisconsin. Temperatures cooling off pretty quickly. Already in the upper 40s in Madison, still 50 in Janesville, across Dane County down to 47 in Perry, 48 in Sun Prairie, and 49 in Deerfield.
Get ready to bundle up for the final drive tomorrow night. Thanks for joining us for News 3 Now at 10.
Do something good. Have a great night. We'll see you back here tomorrow.